again. Wonders of Medicine, Unit 1, Part 1, Physics of Drug Therapy, Receptors as Drug Targets. Physiology means that the branch of biology that deals with the functions of living organisms and their parts. Physiology means that the branch of biology that deals with the function of living organisms and their parts. Pharmacology means that the branch of medicine concerned with the uses, effect, and modes of action of drugs. Pharmacology means that the branch of the medicine concerned with the uses, effect, and modes of action of the drug or drugs. Toxicology means that the branch of science concerned with the nature, effect, and the detection of poisons. Toxicology means that the branch of science concerned with the nature, effects, detection of poisons. Immunology means that the branch of medicine and biology concerned with immunity. Immunology means that the branch of medicine and medicine and biology concerned with immunity. Bacteriology means that the study of bacteria. How do drugs actually work? Scientists have long tried to answer this question. They eventually realized that in order for a drug to exert its active action, human cells must have a site for the recognition and acceptance of a specific type of drugs. This site of drug action is termed a receptor, and drug-receptor interactions have now become the focus of research for the development of new drugs. It was Paul Ehrlich, a German chemist, who first proposed the concept of receptors. His observation of drugs used to treat parasitic infections led him to conclude that each cell will have characteristics that would allow it to recognize particular molecules. He proposed a lock and key hypothesis, that is, that a drug binds to a receptor in the same way that a key fits into a lock. This was based on his belief that the drug and the receptor must be structurally complementary in order to recognize each other and initiate an effect. Receptors, which are the primary targets of the majority of drugs, are biological molecules that have evolved specifically for intermuscular communication. This type of receptor includes ion channels and proteins in the plasma membrane. Basically, the biological function of these receptors is to respond to the body's own endogenous chemical messengers such as hormones or neurotransmitters. When binding takes place, it triggers a series of biochemical and physiologic changes known as a response. Other types of receptors are the macromolecules, which are essential to a cell's normal function or replication, such as enzymes, lipids, or nucleic acid, particularly DNA. Drugs which bind with receptors and mimic the effects of hormones or neurotransmitters are called agonists. Drugs which bind to the receptors but do not have the unique structural features necessary to activate them are called antagonists. Since antagonists occupy the binding site of receptors, they prevent activation by agonists. Advances in the sequencing of the human genome have enabled researchers to identify the structures and a variety of receptors. Many newly discovered receptors have become potential targets for further pharmaceutical development. G-protein coupled receptors (GPCRs) and ligand-gated ion channels are two of the most important receptor types now being targeted in the quest for new clinical use for drugs. Route of drug administration. Unit 2. For pharmaceutical agent to be small intestine, large intestine, trachea, rectum, tongue, liver, lung, stomach, esophagus, heart. For pharmaceutical agent to be effective in carrying out its active action, the drug must be administered in an appropriate manner. Each route of drug administration has specific purposes, advantages, and disadvantages. One oral route. With this method, drugs are formulated in liquid or solid form are absorbed into the body from the gastrointestinal tract (GIT). This is the most commonly used route. Oral drugs are convenient, portable, painless, easy to take. Also administration can be carried out by the patient him or herself. However, the onset of the drug's effect is relatively slow. Choose a sublingual route. In this case, the drug, usually in tablet form, is placed under the tongue. This produces a very fast onset of drug action because of the good blood supply to the area, but the duration of the drug's effect is usually short. Rectal route. This method can be used for patients who are able to take drugs orally, or with younger children, elderly, or mentally disturbed patients. This route is useful when the drug is known to cause GIT irritation. However, absorption is often incomplete, and effectiveness is unpredictable. For injection route, 1. Subcutaneous SC route. There are few blood vessels in the fatty tissue just below the dermis, so absorption is slow but usually complete. Thus, this route is suitable when slow and continuous absorption is required, as in with the insulin or RG shots. 2. Intramuscular IM route. Since large muscles are well supplied with blood vessels, drugs is aqueous solution are rapidly absorbed and produce a fairly fast onset of action. However, for IM injection, medically trained personnel are required, whereas SC injection can be done by the patient. 3. Intravenous IV route. Through this route, drugs are injected directly into the vein and therefore directly into the systemic circulation. This method produces a very fast onset of action, and the therapeutic effect can be seen immediately. On the other hand, toxicity can be caused when high concentrations of the drugs are delivered too rapidly. Consequently, the rate of infusion should be carefully controlled. 5. Inhalation. Drugs inhaled through the nose or mouth are particularly effective for patients with respiratory problems such as asthma, as the drugs are delivered directly to the site of action. Systemic side effects are minimized. In addition, since the drug dose necessary to produce the desired effect is much smaller than that for the oral route, side effects can be reduced every further. 6. Topical route. Topical drugs are applied directly to the skin or mucous membranes of the eye, ear, nose, or mouth. This method is employed when the local effect of the drug is desired. 3. Unit 3. Drug development and approval. Compound. Congops. Promising. conventional method 従来の方法 trial 試験 prescribe 処方する Conventional method means that the way of doing something that has been used for a long time and is considered the standard. Conventional method means that the way of doing something that has been used for a long time and is considered the standard. Conventional method means that a way of doing something that has been used for a long time and it is considered the standard. Compound means that something that consists of a combination of two or more parts, qualities, etc. Compound means that something that consists of consists of a combination of two or more parts, qualities, etc. Promising means that showing signs of being successful in the future. Prescribe means that to authorize a particular drug or treatment for patient, usually by a physician in writing. Trial means that the process of testing to find out whether something works effectively and is safe. Trial means that the process of testing to find out whether something works effectively and is safe. Prescribe means that to authorize a particular drug or treatment for a patient, usually by a physician in writing. Prescribe means that to authorize a particular drug or treatment for patient, usually by a physician in writing. Prescribe means that to authorize a particular drug or medicine treatment for a patient, usually by a physician in writing. Promising means that showing signs of being successful in the future. How much do you know about clinical trials? For example, do you know how long it takes for a new drug to be approved? Once a new compound has been identified in the laboratory, it undergoes a lengthy process before it can be marketed for public use. The entire drug development process can be summarized as follows: preclinical testing, investigation of new drug application, R&D, clinical trials, new drug application, NDA, and approval. During preclinical testing, a pharmaceutical company conducts laboratory and animal studies to test the effectiveness of the compound against the targeted disease. Preclinical testing also determines the safety of the new compound and studies the physical and chemical characteristics of the new drug substance. These tests take about 3.5 years. After preclinical testing, the company files an IND application with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration (FDA) for permission to begin human testing without objections. Tests begin within 30 days. Preclinical testing starts with phase 1 studies on 20 to 80 healthy subjects. The safe dosage range and how a drug is absorbed. distributed, metabolized, and excreted by the body are determined. These tests take about a year. In phase 2, the potential drug is first tested on 100 to 300 patients suffering from the targeted disease. This takes about 2 years if a new drug looks promising. Phase 3, with 1,000 to 3,000 patients, is started. It tests the therapeutic outcome of the new treatment compared to conventional methods. These human clinical trials are subject to strict review and approval by institutional ethics committees. This phase lasts about 3 years. Ultimately, only about one new drug ever emerges from some 10,000 newly synthesized substances after the clinical trials have been completed. The company analyzes all of the data, and if the data is positive, files an NDA with the FDA. In 1997, the average NDA review time for new substances approval was 16.2 months. After this approval, physicians are then free to prescribe the new medicine. The drug manufacturer must continue to submit periodic reports to the FDA that include the appropriate quality control records and information on any cases of adverse reactions. For some medicines, the FDA requires follow-up trials to evaluate long-term effects. Developing safe and effective new medicines is a long and expensive process. The 11 to 13 years it takes on average from laboratory to pharmacy is very long for people suffering from terminal diseases. In recent years, this has led to greater pressure by patients who know they cannot wait for treatment. For these patients, speeding up the lengthy process is indeed a matter of life and death. Alright, alright. OK。近畿要略講和大塚警察。第20章。婦人妊娠の病の脈症並びにち。死の曰く、婦人、閉脈を得、陰脈小弱その人かして食するあたわず、寒熱なく妊娠と名付く。啓示とこれを司る法において60日、まさにこの章あるべし。もし維持逆らうものありて帰っ て一月棘を加うるものは、すなわちこれを断つ。婦人もっと長病あり。婦人もっと長病あり。計立ちていまだ三月に及ばず、しかも老下を得てやまず、体動きて最上にあるものは、超高妊娠を害すとなす。むつきにして動くものは、前、みつき、けいすい、りするのときたいなり。きち下るものは、立ちてのちみつきのはいなり。ちやまざるゆえのものは、その長さらざるがゆえなり。まさに、その長を下すべし。軽視伏量眼これを司る。軽視伏量眼の方、軽視伏量ボタン P 等に芍薬右込み。これ待つとなし、これを待つとなし、連密に和し、都市大のごとくし、がしがんずること、連密に和しがんずること、都市大のごとくし、毎日食前に一眼を服す、知らざれば、三眼に加えて知らざれば加えて三眼に至る。動かしてんのすごいな。婦人解任六七月、六七月、六七月、脈弦にして発熱し、その体いよいよ張り、腹痛を感する者は、小腹線のごとし、しかるゆえの者は、始祖開くがゆえなり。まさに武士とをもってその像を温むべし。死のの玉枠、その死の曰く、婦人老下ある、老下のものあり、半山の後、よって続いて下血すべて絶えざるものあり、妊娠下血するものあり、例えば妊娠し腹中痛むを法外なす境外とこれを司る。境気境外9気境外等の方9気阿経肝臓概要陶器芍薬漢字を右七味、水5升をもって清酒3升 合わす、合して、合して煮て三章を取り、かすを去り、今日を入れ、精進せしめ、一章音複数、日に三複数、言えざればさらに作る。婦人会人、腹中等、宮通、改心、当期芍薬さん、これを司る。当期芍薬さん、薬術特者、選球か。選球、今日、右六味、月と三となし、法寸日を取り、酒にてはして、日に三複数。なるほど。妊娠、王と山津、環境、妊娠、半下眼、これを司る。環境、妊娠、半下眼、環境、妊娠、半下、右三味、これを待つとし、小教、銃をもって乗りにて、がとなすこと、五次第のごとくし、十眼を陰複す、日に三複す。妊娠、小便難、小便固く、飲食元のごときは、飲食元のごときは、当期売も、苦人願、これを司る。当期売も苦人、右三味、松となし、連密にて、小願じて、小小豆大のごとくにし、三眼を陰複す、加えて十眼に至る。妊娠水気あり、身重く、小便利せず、主席を官、規則桃源、創始仏領三、これを司る。創始仏領三、創始仏領右二味、月手三となし、法寸日を陰複す、日に三複す、小便利、すなわち言う。婦人妊娠重複よろし、当期三、これを司る。当期三、当期黄金芍薬千球術右五味、月手三となし、法寸日を陰複す、酒にて陰複す。酒にて法寸日を陰複す。日に再複す。妊娠常に服すれば、 すなわち3を安くし、対に屈失なし、3、5の100秒のことごとくこれを司る。内田は漢訳、経験。妊娠。妊娠体を養うは、白術3、これを司る。白術3の方、白術千九、食傷、これ。ミリオンミ、月手3となし、酒にて一千ピっていうのは一千ピを複数、日に3複数、夜に複数。ただただし痛みに苦しむには、芍薬を加える。信下毒痛。信下の毒痛には、戦気を倍化す。心斑突、飲食すら当わざるには、細心治療。半下の大なるもの、20枚を加う。これを服して後、さらに搾小水をもってこれを服す。もし多すれば、上小水をもってこれを服す。また返せざるには、小学樹にてこれを服す。家で後に喝する者は、大麦塾にてこれを服す。病いゆといえども、これを服しておくなかれ。無人、体破り、改心、復満して小便すること得ず、腰以下、重くして、水気ありの上のごとく、改心七月は、大陰、まさに、養うべし、養わざれば、これ、新規実、まさに、社老朽、まさに老朽及び還元を指し、まさに老朽及び還元を指し、射すべし、小便微利すればすなわち言う。 太陽病、脈、不、筋、間脈、発熱、心、疼痛、死、八九日、介せず、表彰な終わり。これ、まさに、その間を発すべし、薬を服し終わって、少しく覗き、その人を発散し、黙言し、黙明し、激しきものは必ず熟す。熟すればすなわち、熟すればすなわち言う。しかるゆえんのものは、容器重きがゆえなり、魔王とこれを司る。太陽病、脈、不、筋、発熱、心にからかなく、おのずから熟するものは言う。二病の平病、太陽、はじめ、病うるとき、その間を発し、間まずいで、徹せず、よって、陽明に転属す。続いて、おのずから微観いで、お観せず、もし太陽の病の症を、あらざる者は、下すべからず、これを下せば逆となす。これ、もし、少しく間を発すべし、もし、面色、力として成績なるものは、陽気、普通、うつとして表にあり、まさに回線と、まさにこれを返すべし、これを訓ずれば、もし北韓、徹せず、言うに足らず、陽気普通打つとして、これえつ、えつするをえつ、えつするをえつ、まさに観すべし、観せざれば、その人搬送し、通所知らず、たちまち腹中にあり、たちまち腹中にあり、たちまち死死にあり、これを案ずれば、これを案じて、うべからず、その人を短期し、ただ座す、間、いでて、徹せざるをもってのゆえなり、さらに補完すれば、すなわち言う。何をもって官いでて徹せざるを知るや。脈宿なるをもってのゆえに知るなり。 小管脈不筋発汗せずよって軸をいたすものは魔王とこれを司る。小管大便せず六七日頭痛し熱あるものは蒸気とはと、その小便聖なるものは、知る理に、あらざる、知る理にあらずして、その、表にあるをなり、まさにすべからく間を欲すべし、もし頭痛するものは必ず熟す形式とによろし。召喚発汗して返し、半日ばかりにしてまた半し、脈不作なるものは、さらに発汗すべし、形式とによろし、これを司る。半およそ病、もしくは発汗し、もしくは年、もしくは下し、もし、心益を失うも、陰陽おのずから忘るものは必ずおのずから言う。大いにこれを下して後、また発汗し、小便利せざる者は、心益を失うがゆえなり、これを知すことなかれ、小便利するを売れば、必ずおのずから言う。76ページ。59。それは引用論。陰勝ればすなわち陽を病み、陽勝ればすなわち陰病む、陽勝ればすなわち熱し、陰勝ればすなわち寒す、10重ねて寒はすなわち熱し、重ねて熱はすなわち寒す、寒は形を破り、熱は木を破る。木破るれば痛み、木破るれば張る。故にまず、痛みて後に張るるものは、形を破るなり、まず腫れて後に痛むものは、木を破るなり。病院学。風勝ればすなわち動き、熱勝ればすなわち晴れ、そう勝ればすなわち乾き、寒勝ればすなわち不死、湿勝ればすなわち邪 受者す。天に指示五行あり、もって成長修造し、もって干渉し、創出風を生ず。人にご造ありて五気を化し、もって気度、比喩教生ず。故に気度は気を破り、干渉は形を破る。暴土は陰を破り、暴気は陽を破る。血気上行し、脈を満たし、形を去る。気道切ならず、感所道過ごせば、生すなわち堅からず。故に十陰必ず陽、十陽必ず陰なり。故に曰く、冬、寒に破らるれば、春に必ず陰病となす。春風に破らるれば、夏にかに損節を生ず。か書に破られれば、秋に必ず海逆たり。秋、質に破られれば、冬に外装生ずと。帝の曰く、よ、聞く、上古の聖人、人形を論理し、臓腑を連別し、経脈を短絡し、陸行を解通す、おのおのその形に従う。気血の発するところ、おのおのところの名あり。警告は骨に属し、皆起こるところあり。分部の逆より、おのおの条理あり。指示の陰表、ことごとく契機あり。外内の方、皆表裏あり。とはそれまことにしからんか。50ページ。この定義はそう。今日高低大気を素問例数体素明動の種真の いいよ。うん。うん。気を守ればその視点です。